doesn't.
troll.
But let's find out and get the actual, Newcastle take on this and bring in Matty Renton from the Magpie Channel TV. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Steve Bruce, then. Why is everybody so unhappy about this managerial appointment?
Well, I think Rory did a good job in summing it up as how inspiring he is. I mean, we went from a Champions League winning manager to a Championship mid-table dangling manager, someone who belongs in the Championship. He doesn't belong anywhere near the Premier League. He's a dinosaur in football in terms. He said himself he doesn't really invest in tactics. I think he's probably an okay man manager, but in this day and age you need a lot more than that. And for Newcastle to survive under the likes of Mike Ashley, we needed someone of Benitez's calibre, and unfortunately Steve Bruce doesn't match anywhere near that.
Well, Matty, Clinton Morrison's here with us in the studio, and you're kind of shaking your head a little bit at that answer. How come?
Yeah, because I can only go on what he's managed me, Steve Bruce, and for me, he was one of the best managers. I know what he's right though, man management, he is one of the best, and you need to do a lot more on the training pitch, but obviously he's got his coaches that are with him who will help him, but he's one of the best managers I've had. Without my career, he's played a big part in my career. So what can Newcastle fans expect then? Because as a player, someone who's been coached and managed by Steve Bruce then, try and you're someone who's backing him. I'm backing him because obviously he's not no Rafa Benitez, but that's what Mike Ashley's he's appointed Steve Bruce now, and I think I know I'm going to get terrible stick from Newcastle fans.
Well, go on. Why is he going to keep him up?
I think it'll be he needs to sign players for sure, because Rafa Benitez is probably a better manager than Steve Bruce, probably tactically on the training pitch. But so that's why Newcastle I think over recent years have overachieved with that squad of players they got. It's a good squad of players, but it's not how Rafa Benitez has coached them and made them a good team. But I think it's difficult because when it was me with Birmingham City, we were always fighting relegation. So he was good to keep us out of that. Newcastle fans, a club like that shouldn't be fighting relegation. So really and truly, they should be like mid-table or top half of mid-table. They're that good. The fans there are excellent. It's one of the best grounds to go and play. So it would have to be his backroom staff that do a lot of the coaching on the training ground. Steve Bruce does not do a lot of the coaching on the training ground. He'll get out there, he'll watch the training, and it will be his staff that do it. But it was a big call, but his man management is really good, and I know him personally, so it's a difficult one. Yeah. I always knew straight away when that job came available, if they went in for Steve Bruce, he would have took it 100%.
Yeah. Matty, let's bring it back to you and the fans' perspective then. Are you going to be one of the people boycotting the game this weekend?
Absolutely. We're going to be boycotting for the season. I mean, we've gave up our season ticket that we've had for several years now, and as a YouTube channel that's obviously thrives upon views, it's going to have a detrimental effect on us, but it's about the longevity of the club now. We're looking at the long term of Newcastle United, and the only way to get our club back is by hitting Mike Ashley in his back pocket, because he's a man defined by greed. He's never met a £10 note he doesn't like, and the only way to get rid of him is to take away his assets and stop going to St James's Park and buying merchandise and buying club tickets. As hard as that is for many of fans, there's been fans who have been going for 10, 20, 40 years who have gave up season tickets this year in the hope of one day getting our football club back.
Are you looking at what Blackpool did and trying to replicate that?
I think, we don't want to resort to that kind of thing, or anything like what West Ham had to do, towards the director's box and things like that. But I think if results don't go well on the pitch, it could turn very nasty for Newcastle United this season. I think the atmosphere at the club is going to be very toxic. It's not ideal, but this is a man who's ripping the life and soul out of Newcastle United, and turning away fans from what they really love and are very passionate about day in, day out.
Where do you think you guys are going to finish this season? What are you hopeful for?
If we keep our starting 11 fit, we've brought in some good signings in the like of Joe Alton and St Maximin and Almiron can be fit. I think we're good fire for 12th to 15th, but if we get a few injuries, I think we're absolutely doomed. I think relegation is a very real possibility. I was seeing Phil McNulty's prediction on the BBC website. He's got us as a rock bottom 20th to finish in the Premier League. I wouldn't go as far as that. I think hopefully Sheffield United and Norwich are worse than us, but I think 18th is very much up for grabs.
It's interesting because I had to do a thing somewhere else where I'd give my 1 to 20, and I've actually got, I don't know whether I'm just completely wide of the mark, but I've got Newcastle at 13th.
No, I think
spending too much time with Clinton Morrison.
No, I don't think you should boycott it, mate. You enjoy football. I know the problems that you've got with Mike Ashley. I get that with all Newcastle fans, but they enjoy football. That is a passionate club. When you go on to playing in that St James's Park, you ask me one of the best grounds I've played at in my career. It's that when you go out to that Raw, if you're wearing that black and white jersey, you're instantly going to get a buzz from that fan. So. Don't it disappoint you that you're boycotting it because you enjoy football? I get that the problems with Mike Ashley. I get you don't want Steve Bruce there, but don't you think it's to get behind that group of players that are going to keep your club in the Premier League? And you don't want to be playing Championship football. There's nothing wrong with Championship, but you're a Premier League team. You're a huge club, so why not just get behind the players that are there?
Well, that's Clinton. That's it, Clinton. You, to be fair, you get us a lot. I've seen you on other platforms such as the True Joy. You seem to get us up north a lot more than that. Down south, people do. But at the end of the day, if you're supporting the team, then you are effectively supporting the regime. Mike Ashley's never going to leave if there's 50,000 people coming through the gates every week. So, unfortunately, we have to try in the short term to get Mike Ashley out to get our club back in the long term. I mean, it probably won't happen because, as you even said, we are a very passionate group. We do live and breathe our football, so to have an effect, it probably won't. I mean, the whole thing about boycott Arsenal, there'll probably still be 30, 35, 40k there, so he's not going to really feel the effect. So that's a shame, but it just feels like Newcastle fans have been through enough now. It's been 12 years of just running the club into the ground. Back 2 relegations where previous years we had 0. It's just it's been too much to take for Newcastle fans at the minute. But of course, we're stuck in a hard place because we do want to support the team. We do want to see us flourish. You don't want to see a team get relegated. Let's face it. We don't want to go from playing Man United away to Luton away or whatever it may be. Yeah. But it's just a really difficult situation for Newcastle fans at the minute.
And you want to feel like you're doing your bit. Matty, listen, thank you very much for joining us on the show, mate.
No problem, mate. My pleasure.
And try to enjoy the season if you can. Right, that's the first hour down then. Emma, how many teams have we managed to get through?
We've done 8 clubs so far, so that's Manchester